And this is the best piece of advice that I can give you. If you are in a relationship and you are leveling up and you're still trying to, or you still want to maintain that relationship, I'm telling you right now, the level at which you can level up to will only be able to go as high as the level at which the woman that you're in a relationship with is comfortable with. You're only going to level up as high as she is comfortable with, because when you get to a point where she feels as though you're now like out of her league, it's going to be a problem. What's going on, everybody? This your man Lucky. I'm back, man. I'm back with another one. I hope everybody's doing good. So today's video is inspired by an individual who goes by the handle of the Blue Moon 627. This is a comment that was on one of my videos that says, "This is the woman every man should choose." That was the video that I did. That was the title of the video. So the comment by the Blue Moon 627 is this: can you make a video on how to build yourself up while you're in a relationship? This is what was in the comment section. I know it's much easier to do when you're single. Any tips? So I'm gonna get into it. How do you build yourself up? It's easy, but it's not easy. Nah, I can't really say that because that's a contradiction. Okay, I'm gonna give you some tips on how you build yourself up as a man to become the most masculine version of yourself, the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Okay, first and foremost, you got to understand when you're doing this and you're already in a relationship, one of the things that you must get in your mind is that one of the things that you have to be prepared for is you have to be prepared to lose that woman. Now, I know you're like, yo, hold on. What do you mean lose her? You have to be prepared to lose her. And I'm going to break it down. When it comes to relationships, typically we get what we qualify for. I know that as a man, the woman that I'm able to get is based on the woman that I qualify for. Okay, and vice versa. Women know the man that they qualify for. I mean, sensible women. Some women are out here and they're talking about, I want this and I want that and blah, blah, blah. I think these women know who they qualify for. Regardless of the man that they want, I think deep down inside, they really know the man that they qualify for. Look at the type of men that they keep getting consistently over and over and over. We get what we qualify for. Period. A woman who is beautiful, has a nice body, is friendly, cooperative, she's just feminine. She knows that she qualifies for a certain tier man. She knows that. You understand? And so her standards are going to be a lot higher, and typically she's pretty much going to get the type of man that, the type of man that she wants. A woman who is not, you know what I'm saying, doesn't look as good. Her body is out of whack, and maybe she doesn't have the clothes that accentuate her body. She knows the type of man or the tier man that she qualifies for. And that's vice versa. Guys, you got to know that based on where you are in life, you're going to qualify for, certain women, certain type women. It just is what it is. I think with men, we're more realistic when it comes to that than women. But that's men, we've always had to deal with that all of our lives. I think women have too, but now in this day and age, a lot of women out here like, yo, I deserve this and I deserve that and blah, blah, blah. But, it is what it is. So you have to be prepared to lose that woman, because as you begin to better yourself, starting out working out in the gym, because the gym is going to challenge you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's going to build you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Your physical aspect, if you're getting in the gym and you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? And this is where I would start, in the gym, building yourself up, getting in that gym, because it's mental. It's all mental. Getting up every day, starting a new routine, getting in the gym, doing your body part splits and all of that. It's mental, but it's the first thing that you're going to be able to notice is your body is going to begin to change. That chest is going to start to poke out. You're going to walk with your shoulders back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be slouched over. You're going to start to stand up taller because you're working all these different muscles. And naturally, now that you know what I'm saying, your back is a little bit stronger. Your core is stronger. When you walk with a different stature, okay? Physically, you will look better to other women. And so the woman that you are with is going to feel some type of way. It just is what it is. She knows. She'll be watching. She'll watch the transformation. You starting to go in the gym and you start, you know what I'm saying? She'll start to see that transformation. And if she is not on point, she is going to start to feel threatened because now you are on point and she knows that the better you look, the more options you have. And that is going to frighten her. If you're with a woman who is, for the most part, secure, you'll probably be okay. But it's still going to spark up some issues. It's still going to spark up some insecurities that she may have. See, that woman may be with you because she knows that she's the best that you can do. A lot of times women will do that, quote unquote, date down and so that they're the prize in that situation. But when they start to see that you're leveling up, you're starting to be a lot more attractive, you're in the gym, your mind is right, mentally you're more stable, you start looking better because that body is on point. You know what I'm saying? You're paying more attention to yourself. You drinking a lot of water because you're working out. Now your skin is clearing up. You got more testosterone running through your system because you're working out. So now your voice is a little bit deeper. Like I said, you start to stand tall. A woman is going to get nervous. She is going to look at you and see that you're leveling up. She knows that you have more options, and now that's going to be a problem for her. She is going to start to get nervous, and she is going to start to maybe sabotage the relationship a little bit. First, she's going to throw little things your way, like, that little, you got a girlfriend, I guess you all that, huh, Mr. Tough Guy, you all big and strong and all of that. Man, don't fall for that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't feel like, okay, now I got to fall back from my working out and doing my thing because now she's uncomfortable. She's going to do everything that she can do to try to jam you up. Now, why you spending so much time in the gym? Why you all this and that? Everything is always going to be a problem now. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to be at a point to where you're willing to lose that woman. If you're essentially really trying to level up, you're really trying to build yourself up to be a better man. Now, this can be helpful and it could be hurtful depending on why you're leveling up. If you're leveling up for the purpose of you're trying to get out of a bad relationship, right? You know that you have been emasculated. You know that you have been violated. You know that you're being disrespected. Maybe she's disloyal or whatever it is. And so you're really trying to get yourself to the point where you're trying to walk away, and you know that you got to build yourself up in order to walk away, then this is going to work in your favor. If you're building yourself up because you need that strength to walk away, then this is fine. This is going to work in your favor. But if you're a man that just knows you're not where you need to be, and you're just trying to level up as a man, it could possibly put your relationship on rocky ground. So depending on which one of those situations you fall into, you might want to have, your old lady come to the gym and work out with you. Or at least if she doesn't come to the gym and work out with you, maybe you want her to, lose some weight or, whatever the case is, so that she'll be able to feel a little bit better about herself and more confident with herself. And it's a group thing, right? If you're in a relationship and you're trying to build a relationship, so y'all, it's something that you guys would do together. But if you're building yourself up because you at the point where you ready to walk away, man, you go out there and you do your thing, and I'm telling you that right there is going to make her feel nervous. Okay, she's either going to she's going to try to sabotage what you're doing, or she's going to sabotage the relationship. It's going to be one of those things. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. If she's insecure or you building yourself up to be the best that you can be, and it causes her to be insecure, you have to watch out. Because an insecure woman is in survival mode. She'll do anything that she can to make herself feel secure. A lot of times, the things that make her feel secure is validation. And any validation that she gets from anywhere will do. I promise. I'm telling you, women mess up relationships all the time simply because they need validation from somewhere, and they're out just getting random validation. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. But so yeah, you cannot, be afraid to lose that woman, because then you're going to slow down, you're going to fall back and all of that. Okay. The next thing is this, you're going to lose some sleep. Okay. You're going to lose some sleep. So, a tip that I have when it comes to building yourself up when you're in a relationship is you got to start waking up much earlier in the morning. Wake up much earlier in the morning. Whatever amount of time it takes for you to get to the gym, get a good workout in, and then go to work, or however your day is structured, depending on, again, your reason for leveling up. You should play it two different ways, just in my opinion. Okay. And again, it really depends on who you're dealing with. If you're doing it for the purposes of building yourself up because you're probably gonna at some point walk away from this relationship, right? Then it doesn't matter if you're taking time out of your day that you would be spending with her to go to the gym, because part of detaching, right? Part of being able to walk away is detaching, and you do that by spending less time with that woman. So if it's time that you would have been just in the house chilling with her or whatever, use that time to go to the gym. The less amount of time that you spend with her is going to help you with detaching. So instead of being at the house with her or whatever, go ahead and spend that time in the gym getting it in, okay? Now, if you're the guy that you're really just trying to level up, not necessarily for the purposes of, walking away from a relationship, it's just you as a man are trying to level up, you might want to just focus on early morning workouts. I personally think early morning workouts are the best, period, or at least for me. They're better for me. I'm an early morning person. I can go to the gym at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. It doesn't matter. I have the whole gym to myself. You know what I'm saying? I get it in. I'm better in the mornings because the type of job that I have is pretty physical. And then just by the end of the day, I work outdoors. When it's hot outside, I'm tired. At the end of the day, I'm tired. When I get to the gym, I really don't have much left. So for me, just early morning workouts. But for you guys that are in healthy relationships and, you're really trying to build yourself up and, just pretty much make the relationship better, it doesn't take time away from any time that you guys would have spent. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about you always at the gym. We don't get to spend much time together anymore and stuff like that. But spending less time with a woman is valuable. It works in your favor. Even if you building the relationship, spending less time with her is helpful, because then she begins to miss you. A woman doesn't miss you, when you all the time, y'all just all the way right there. Okay. So you got to have a balance to it, but just understand the time that it takes, for you to, get in a good workout and stuff like that is going to take time away from. So it can either work for you or it could work against you. So again, you still just have to be at a point to where, you're not afraid to lose that woman. Okay. The next thing that you have to understand is that, man, when you start to build yourself up as a man, and you're working on yourself, especially mentally. And then if you start to get into, the spiritual realm, right? I don't really get into spirituality. I really don't get into religion. I leave that up to you guys. I'm not a religious person, but I am, more on the spiritual side. But when you work on your mindset, okay, as a man, when you start to build yourself up, there are going to be a lot of things that you once used to either tolerate, accept, or, just were kind of things that were in your particular ideology, that when you start building yourself up and you become more knowledgeable, some things just will not be acceptable anymore. You're going to look at yourself. You're going to look at the world. You're going to look at women. You're going to look at life in general, totally different. And so the new mindset that you have when you're building yourself up is going to override the old mindset. And so the mindset that you now begin to take on, the ideology that you now begin to take on, might not in any way, shape, or form match up with her mindset. You might have been the type of guy, man, you listen to all this type of rap music, or rock music, or just, this type of, you understand what I'm saying? That type of music that'll get you going, just get you, But then as you building yourself up, your mindset is no longer there. You're more or less in a more peaceful state. And so when you start listening to the music and you start listening to the lyrics and listening to what's being said, your new mindset and your new ideology that music doesn't align with it. So what's going to happen? You're going to totally change the music that you listen to. You might even get to a point where you don't even listen to music anymore. Every time you get in a car, you're listening to an audio book, or, you know what I'm saying, you got a YouTube video playing or something like that. You're constantly in a sense where you want to learn. And a lot of the stuff out here is just, you looking at a lot of the stuff out here and you're like, nah, that's not me anymore. Nah, that's bad business. No, I'm not dealing with that anymore. You understand what I'm saying? People take that the wrong way. Or maybe they take it the right way. They start looking at you like you think you're better. But that's a them problem. It's not that you think you're better. You're just on a different level. You're on a different playing field. And people take that some type of way. I mean, it just is what it is. I know that when I started working on myself, man, I really wasn't into a whole lot of foolishness, but whatever little bit of foolishness I was into, I ain't do it no more. Let me tell you something. I stopped drinking, all of the hanging out and going to the club, left all of that alone. My eating habits changed. I stopped eating meat. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat meat. So a lot of things are going to change. So another thing that changed for me is my hair. Okay. Prior to me going, on my spiritual journey, which was a part of me becoming a better me working on me becoming the most masculine version of myself. When I started to get into spirituality, I grew my hair. Okay. I didn't have locks prior to me building myself up to be the most masculine version of myself. But as I started, studying spirituality and looking into spirituality and stuff like that, when I started looking at the significance of hair, now everybody has their own beliefs, right? But just for me, when I started looking at the significance of hair and how your hair can play a role based on what it is that you believe, in transferring energy and communication and things of that nature, I made the decision to grow my hair. Again, it was a personal decision. However, something that you have to understand when we're talking about relationships. I made the decision to grow my hair. Let's just say if I was in a relationship with a woman who's just like, yo, I do not like men with long hair. I'm attracted to a clean cut guy, which I was. And now all of a sudden you decided to grow all of this hair. You got this locks, you got, whatever and all of that. And that is not attractive. I'm not into that. So now I have to make a decision. Y'all get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So this is where that balance is when it comes to the relationship. It's like, okay, well, this is what I believe spiritually now. This is where I'm at spiritually now. Do I take my new spiritual beliefs and put them to the side in order to maintain or to keep the relationship? Or do I keep going on my path and, hey, if we have to part ways, then we just have to part ways? These are the challenges that you are going to have when you start to build yourself up when you're in a relationship. So again, my biggest tip is not being afraid to lose the woman in order to continue to build yourself up. And this is one of the biggest things I see in relationships that, men just put everything that they want to do. They put their everything to the side for the sake of a woman or for the sake of a relationship. And it's not good. You're going to build yourself up. Hey, if my old lady would have said, I'm not, that ain't doing it for me. That ain't working for me. Hey, then, it would be what it would be, and that's just it. So you can't be afraid, guys. Cannot be afraid. That's really my biggest tip, man. You can't be, because you're going to transform and you're going to change into something that you were not. You're on a higher plane right now. You're on a higher level right now. And so that's just what it is. That's all it really comes down to. So you just can't be afraid to lose. You can't be afraid to lose out. Because if you're afraid to lose out, it's going to affect your ability to keep climbing and keep climbing and keep climbing. You're going to lose out a whole lot of people, a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? Relationships, things, they're not going to matter anymore. You're going to be on a different level. So, that's really my biggest tip, man. Just you can't be afraid to lose her. At the end of the day, that's my biggest tip. That's my biggest tip. If you're in a relationship, you cannot be afraid to lose her. That's it. Because more than likely, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be... Now, if she rock with you and she wants to get on that next level, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to get in the best shape of your life, and then you're going to be sitting across the table, and you're going to be looking, or y'all going to go somewhere. Y'all going to go somewhere, and you know what I'm saying, you rocked out, looking good, and you're going to kind of look over at her, man. And it's like, yo, it's not going to fit the bill anymore. You're going to be looking like, man, because you know that you qualify for better. because you've been getting choosing signals. They're letting you know, like, okay, I see you. You understand what I'm saying? She knows. She knows choosing signals. She knows. She can feel the energy. She goes somewhere and you are like, you know what I'm saying? You rocked out and all of that, and the other women, and then they looking a certain way, and she's not looking, you know, she's gonna feel a certain way. That's when you're gonna get the little thing. Oh, I see you looking at her. Oh, you like her. You want to be with her. Oh, you want to go over there and this and that. That's how it happens. So you just gotta understand that. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna go to a restaurant. You're gonna sit down and you order your plate clean. Whatever it is that you ordered, man, it's clean food. You understand what I'm saying? And you look over at that plate and it's just craziness. It's stuff that you like, how I wouldn't touch that food with a 10-foot fork. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's really going to bother you. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a part of you like, yo, why are you doing that? Why are you eating? Like, you know, this right here is no good and blah, blah, blah. But they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. And then it's going to be a part of you that's just like, why am I like, that's really my biggest tip. That's all I could really think of. If you're going to build yourself up, just understand that if you are in a relationship, it is going to affect that relationship. That's all I can say. All right, so I'm not going to hold you up much longer on this one right here, guys. Listen, and don't be afraid to lose. Listen, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to lose one thing in order to gain something better. That's just what it is. And so if you building yourself up and she's like, yo, she's sabotaging, whatever like that, man, if you got to lose, you got to lose her. It is what it is. Even if that's not the purpose of you building yourself up. Even if that's not the purpose. For some people, I understand it's the point of I'm trying to build myself up so that I can have the self-esteem that I need and the confidence that I need to get up and go. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. But for those of y'all that are like, I'm trying to build myself up just because I need to build myself up, but I still want to be where I'm at, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Hopefully you with the one that realizes she might start doing a whole lot more. You might be in a situation where she realizes like, yo, hold up, man, this dude, we was on this level right here. We was on at this particular level right here. And he just, boop, boop, boop. She might be like, man, you know what, man, I got to step my game up. And she might start doing more. You understand what I'm saying? Doing more because she's nervous that, yo, at any point in time, you know, he can get up and do this or he can get up and do that. And you know what? He will be rightfully so because he qualifies for this up here now. He's overqualified for me. And so she might just put in extra work, but you just can't be scared to lose her. Period, point blank. And that's how I see it. That's my biggest tip. That's really my only tip. Go on and do it. Go on and do it. Trust me. Whichever way it turns out, it's going to be better for you. Whichever way it turns out, it's going to be better for you. I'm going to cut this one short. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. I'll catch you on the next one.